long story short, a fucking brawl broke out. Well, I love it today. You know that. But let's be honest, a lot of our venues are older shit.
So I've discovered this place called Red House. Red House was a really cool place because so many like different kids in the area just came there and would have like lessons, but also just like they had these rooms and they did like jam sessions, and they decide like certain times or like anybody could show up and grab an instrument and they'd like play songs together, and it was just like the coolest thing. Being young and trying to get into music, it's like the bulletin board with people just looking for different people for projects. It's a very active community. So I met a lot of people through Red House, and then, you know, they started doing shows.
At Red House, It was just like you went and it was fun. I felt like there was very rarely like a non-packed show.
The night is going great. There's a great turnout of kids. I think we're close to selling out the venue. We just got back from Reno too and everything, so everything's been really cool. And this is our hometown, so we've been getting a lot of love from everyone really, so it's a great feeling.
That was one thing that always impressed me. Is like I'd go and dude, like that was one of the few cities we would go where I'm like, shit, I don't know anybody. I know a few people, but like you guys had such like a huge community of people that wasn't nearly as cliquey as it was in like the other scenes that I was doing shows in at the time. Like, you know, there's people here for like a metalcore show that do not look like they would normally be here, and then I see them talking to somebody in the bands, and like it's like your story, where like, oh, they all used to jam at Red House together, musically went separate ways, but they're all still supporting because it's a fucking community. And I literally, dude, I fucking love that. Like that's how it should be.
I woke up to the feel of your embrace. My heart was a turnstile. I felt something worthwhile. Yeah.
Everyone was there every weekend. I met so many different people that I like still know today, and like so many different bands, and like that was it. Once I started going to shows, man, this is like all I cared about.
I feel something going on.
Do you know about the whole trash can incident? Have you ever been told this story? Back in the day, like everybody was popping. Like Stockton and Modesto each had their own scene. Salinas had a scene, Santa Cruz had a scene, San Jose had a scene. Like every set fucking city you went to had their fucking squad. So Pinup booked a Skylit Drive before they fell off, like at the peak probably of their career. There was a bunch of dudes that were like 3 Feet Crew and like all this stupid shit. But Skylit Drive played, and like at one point in time, the singer goes, "Yo, Central Valley, fuck San Jose, fuck this place up." Long story short, a fucking brawl broke out. They ended up fighting in the parking lot, and like they had like the big cement squares, and then there was a round part in the square, and that's where the trash cans sit. So people like picked up the trash cans and were like throwing the trash cans and hit a bunch. It was hitting cars. It was so rambunctious that the fucking cops sent the chopper. There's a brawl of like 400 kids in the fucking parking lot.
I mean, yeah, I miss that place, man.
Does it help if I say that I'm sorry?
The people who played music there, again, it was like a very, at that time, it was a very open-minded scene. I think, you know, growing up in a scene like that, a very supportive scene, I think taught me a lot. You could talk to anybody. You could talk to anybody. It didn't matter what they listened to, and you could become like homies and like, you know, you just shared cool experiences with each other, and they were just like, it is what it is. Everyone was just so accepting, and I think that's why that scene thrived for so long at that venue. You know, people wanted to go to that place and come from other areas around the Bay to that, you know, to that spot, because it was just such a just a place everyone can just feel good around each other, and that was a good scene to grow up in.